I just feel so touched by messages, and sometimes I get just like so overwhelmed by like the love and support that I receive from people all over the world who've never even met me. And just
Christian, I really don't understand this kind of stuff, because God made everything in the heavens and the earth, the seen and the unseen, right? And then he made Jesus, who is an amazing prophet and who did a ton of miracles, but only by the will of God. If God literally did not give him those special attributes, he wouldn't have had him. He would have just been a regular person. But people who pray to Jesus really confuse me, because why would you pray to a man instead of God, his creator? And furthermore, in the Bible, Jesus actually drops down on his hands and his face and prostrates to God and tells people that he doesn't do anything without God's help and God's command to do it. And he tells people that he's nothing without God. So how can you still argue that Jesus is God or that he is your salvation? Jesus will be there in the end of times and on the day of judgment, but God will be doing the ultimate decision whether you go to heaven or hell.
Honestly, I have an amazing family, mashallah, alhamdulillah. Mostly what I've talked about in my other videos is the fear and insecurity and identity crisis I was coming through with myself. I did have, like, my actual immediate family was the hardest on me. The extended family was pretty much like, okay, do you, whatever you believe in. But like, I had several close family members disown me. The one that was like most difficult has come around a lot, and it's like, they don't know about Muhammad like us, mashallah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I don't know, it's just important to be open-minded and to let people like ask you questions, and if they're gonna disown you, let them. I mean, really, I think it comes down to people are afraid of what they don't know and don't understand. In Islam, in America, it seems very foreign. It seems very opposite of the cultural and social narratives. So people are afraid. They don't understand it. So that's like what my parents told me. And, you know, now that time's passed, like I was just afraid. I didn't know what this was. I didn't know why you were doing it. So
I'm over here crying in my living room like a little freaking baby. I just feel so touched by messages, and sometimes I get just like so overwhelmed by like the love and support that I receive from people all over the world who've never even met me. And just like people pray for me in the Holy Lands, and it's like if they think of me while they're in these places, it's like what a blessing. You know what I mean? I feel so insignificant in this life, and I just, you know, I'm just in shock at the beauty of the deen and the beauty of Islam and the way we can connect with each other at such a deep level. It's just like, subhanAllah. And this sister got me some advice from a really popular sheikh who's taught me like literally everything. It really means a lot to me, and I'm just very, very grateful. So if you're watching this and you support me and you love me and you've been here on this journey with me, thank you for being here. Thank you for being kind. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for showing me the beauty of Islam.
I know that social acceptance doesn't matter, but it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt my feelings. And as somebody who came to this faith super excited thinking how amazing and beautiful it is, which it definitely is, it is a huge shock and disappointment to be treated like that by other Muslims. Because as a revert, you learn it all yourself and you're like super excited to join the group, to become Muslim, to become a part of it. And then you have people who are like trying to ban you from being Muslim. It's not even Islamic. So I try and have thick skin and not let the comments worry me, and not let the social acceptance worry me. But at the end of the day, it's so important for us psychologically to have herd immunity, which basically is belonging to a group of people. So if you're Muslim and you want to join Muslims and they treat you terribly, it makes you wonder where you fit in. And I know there's so many new girls who came to this faith who are going through that, so I'm just trying to lead by example. And I'm trying to be strong even whenever it hurts my feelings, so that I can provide a space for you guys and we can all be friends together and we can have our own community. And at the end of the day, I think that it is so empowering to know that there's somebody else out there that you can identify with, that you can relate to. When I talk about these topics, so many people reach out and say it happens to them. They don't even have 100,000 followers. So I think the moral of the story, we can't focus on creation. They will hurt our feelings. They will falter. They will fail. They will error us. But this is why Islam's so beautiful, because it's about looking for the best in people, making excuses for our brothers and sisters, trying to improve ourselves, and overall doing good, being good, and putting good into the world. So thank you to everybody who's good to me, and I'm trying to be good to you guys in return.
Okay, so basically, I was born and raised in America. And from a time of a young age, it's normal to wear a bikini or shorts or tank top. I did this for over 30 years of my life, so it's very normal. That's the social and cultural norms, right? Now, the first thing I did when I became Muslim is try and force myself to wear a scarf, and I just had an identity crisis because that is so weird, and it's like you were so visually obviously Muslim, mashallah, may Allah make it easy for ladies, but for me, it just made me feel confused. Like I was trying to do something that was very difficult. So I had to calm myself down and go back to let me grow a little bit by little bit. So I went back to modesty and I started getting more modest than I was. And taking that pressure off myself really helped me grow and to learn and like it. Now, as a new Muslim, I didn't really understand modesty, and I think a lot of girls don't, because we're raised in the West and we are raised to be beautiful and cute, and you're only valuable if you're beautiful, and you need to stay as young as long as you can, and all of these things. These are pressures that we go through, so we're raised like this. Now, finding Islam made me really start questioning, like, why are they wanting me to be like that? Why do I need to be short to be beautiful? Why do I have to be like this to do this? So as I started understanding the dynamic between man and woman and the way Allah created us, and why women should be modest, why we should cover our curves, or why we should just show our bodies to our husbands and stuff like this, I really started to understand the nature of this life and the nature of us as people, the test, and all of this. So the first thing I did was like, all right, let me try and be more modest than I was. I started wearing baggy t-shirts and looser clothing, and it's taken me a long time. It's still hard. Like, it's still hard. It's just ingrained in me I'm Western, you know what I mean? So when it comes to wearing hijab, though, that is so difficult for me. For me specifically, I feel awkward, weird, uncomfortable, insecure, and I used to force myself to wear it as a new Muslim, and I was just having a meltdown, feeling like I was a no good person for not being able to wear it with ease or not liking it. And so I just had to just take it off and tell myself to calm down and know that I have the intention, and may Allah make it easy for me. I want to be modest. And you know, people like get really mad about that, but like, it's a journey. Like, I just have to take it easy, and inshallah get there. Like, one step adds up to 2 steps, and eventually you walk a mile. So when it comes to covering my hair, it's so obvious. I get so much attention. I don't like it. I don't like people staring at me. I don't like questions. I don't like people saying, you don't look Muslim, where are you from? And I get scared. It's not something, none of my family does it. Nobody does it. I'm never hanging out with a hijabi and like walking with someone wearing it. So it's very foreign to me. It's different, and it's something I have to eventually try and get comfortable with. So the first step for me is covering my body, because that's easier and it makes me feel more comfortable. And inshallah, covering my hair is